Alright guys, are you ready? We're gonna talk about the worst products that I tried in 2020. So this is a video where I show you guys the products that I literally did not like at all this year. So I am gonna quickly just tell you guys that just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's horrible, doesn't mean it's the worst thing that has ever been in existence. I mean, maybe some of them, yes, but some of them, you guys might like it. So just know that these just didn't work for me, but these are the worst ones. There's some in here that I have to be honest, they're not horrid, it's just they have problems, but the problems are unsolvable for me, so I just never will use them again, if you know what I mean. So yeah, here we go. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a very long video, but I'm gonna give you guys all the details on why I don't like these products. So if you guys are excited, leave me your comments, give me those likes, hit subscribe, join the family. Don't forget to do that so you see me on your timeline again, and let's get into it. All right, so I'm not gonna be putting this in any particular order. I'm not ranking the worst one because honestly, they all have their own little problems. But I'm gonna start off with probably one of the most expensive eyeshadow palettes that I bought this year that I really just don't like. Dior Backstage. I know, but I know there's probably going to be mixed reviews on this one, but I have to say guys, for the price tag that I paid for this, I'm not in love with it. I feel like anytime I go to reach for these plummy colors and I see this palette and I'm like, ooh, this is my color story. That's how I know that there's a problem here. This is what I would reach for. This is super attractive to me, and I don't like to grab this palette. So there's something wrong. You know what I mean? So this palette it just doesn't work for me. I just feel like every time I use it, I have to work way too hard to get the pigment on the lids. Some of these satiny metallic-y shades, they don't glide. Charlotte Tilbury has something similar, but they glide when you put them on. These don't glide. It's just it's work. I feel like I've got to work way too hard to use this palette. Also, this tone right here that's supposed to be a base, it's just turned into a mixture of a shadow mixed with a little bit of mauve in there. So it turned into a gray color. It's very unattractive, very I don't want to use it. Some of the other colors are very pretty, but like I said, I just feel like I have to work way too hard. And I don't like that it doesn't have a mirror. I know it's made for makeup artists so that they could see all the colors better, but I feel like for the price that I paid for this, being just a consumer and not a makeup artist, I'm like, where's my mirror? I just want a mirror, I just felt like this type of luxurious palette should have a mirror. For the price tag that a regular consumer pays for these type of products, sometimes I feel like it's necessary. So this one right here to me is just not my favorite. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Now, the next one is something that I tried from BoxyCharm, and at first I was kind of excited. I've talked about this one also in my collab with Leah that I talked about my worst products that I got in subscription boxes. But this was a Tarte Micellar water. This might work for some people. I'm sure there's people out there that love this product. And the problem for me though, guys, is I have very sensitive skin. My skin is it can get dry. It just is so sensitive. It really is. I can't even use retinol creams on my face because I will literally the next day just have really big dry patches. My skin is sensitive. So this stuff at first I thought, cool. But and then after using it multiple times, I started to break out. I started to get little acne spots. I started getting dry spots. And this was the only thing I had added to my routine. So I know it's this. Personally, I just feel like if you want to buy a micellar water, there's other micellar waters out there that are made for sensitive skin, like the Bioderma one that I purchased that I'm in love with. Literally, I can use that every day, 10 times a day, and my skin is perfect. So that's why I just feel like this one from Tarte is just not really worth it to me. Don't really like this stuff. I can't even remember if it has a smell. I don't remember. I don't smell anything, but I leave it on my makeup counter, and what I'll use it for is if I make a mistake on a wing or something, I'll get a little Q-tip and use it to just go like this, but that's the extent of what I use this for now because it just is not good. It's not good for my skin. Okay, so I'm going to talk about one that probably is a little bit I don't know, maybe some people won't agree with me and some people will. I believe I did buy this year, and if not, it was at the end of last year. But it's gonna be the Tati Beauty Blenderful, okay? So now, I hate having to put this in something that I don't like, but I have to tell you guys, the reason that I don't like this product is I feel like it's very faulty. It literally is starting to open up, and I just stopped using it because you guys can see like the sponge in there. It's like opening on me, and it started opening in different spots. It's even opening up here. Everywhere that there's a seam, it just started cracking on me. And I didn't even use this that much. And I was told by a few people, contact Tati Beauty, they're gonna send you another one. But in reality, I just feel like that is just like, this is a design problem. I don't even think that them sending another one was really going to fix this. I feel like after you wash it a few times, it's just gonna pop open. Like, this thing is going to rip open. And I literally have stopped using it for that reason. This could never become my everyday foundation product because it just can't hold up. It's just not gonna hold up. A sponge, I can put it through the ringer, that thing's not gonna break on me. But I don't wanna use a product like this that I'm gonna use it a few times and then this is gonna happen. The other thing that happened for me is they said that you could put this in the washer, and I put it in the washer and it literally became like this really annoying ball because the inside sponge just got all mangled, and then I had to sit there trying to put it back together. And I just said, you know what, this is too much of a hassle. It's too much of a hassle. It's not super cheap and it just doesn't work. So for the purpose of it, I don't like it. Now, I will say that I have used it to kind of like clean away little mistakes here and there. I have like used it here and there for different things, but like to say like this will become my new makeup applicator, like this is going to replace my beauty blenders, this is the it product, it ended up not being. And I do want to tell you guys though, when I did use this to apply foundation, I thought it did a fantastic job. It really did. It just can't replace my sponges. It's just never going to do it, and it won't replace my brushes. And yeah, I think that this is a nice prototype, but I don't think that this is a good finished product. And I think that this one just needs help. It's just not there. Okay, next one, Zoeva. So this is just the worst palette ever, guys. This is bad. This is bad. This is just bad. This is called the Blanc Fusion. It's disastrous, and I've told you guys because I did include this also in my video with Leah. I use this as my daughter's play makeup. So when she comes in my room and she wants to play with makeup, I give her this. That's how bad it is. Like, it is my throwaway palette because I just don't like these colors. I don't like this formula. I don't know who came up with the color story on this. Like, I just don't understand brown with yellows. It made me look like if I had like a brown eye with yellow, you know when you're bruising and you get like yellow and brown, like this was just not a good color story together. There's a way to make browns and yellows work, and this is the way not to make browns and yellow work. Like, it was bad. The formula, some of them were better than others, but I just literally couldn't get over how bad the color story was on this palette. Now, people have said Zoeva is good. I'm not going to say that the brand has bad products. I'm just going to say this is a bad product. So Marc Jacobs released this palette. This is the Terrific palette. So that one I actually already decluttered, like it's gone. When I first purchased it, I was pretty excited. It was one of those like limited edition, it had the cute little cherry packaging. I thought that this was going to be so beautiful. And when I used it, guys, this was like nothing. Like, it just didn't have a pretty color story. Everything went very, very, very pink. In the promo pictures, I almost felt like it was gonna go a little bit more plum, a little bit more dyed down. But when you get it in person and you start blending it on your lids, it literally turned into like these real pinky looking eyes. Some of the other colors were just extremely boring. And the whole palette itself to me just was like a huge throwaway palette. I really did not like the palette. I thought the formula was good on this. I just think that formulas don't only make palettes. The color story needs to make sense for your life. You need to be attracted to the color story, and that can make a great palette for you or one that's terrible. And the color story on this one was just very lackluster. I was not a huge fan of it. I think it didn't do anything for my lids, and it was just like, this was like a holiday release, but then when I used it, it reminded me of something that would come out like in the springtime. It just didn't really make any sense to me. I really didn't like the palette. Love the formula, hated the palette, and yeah, it's already gone. Okay, so this one. Okay, so now this one, guys, I'm gonna say this one's like, this one's hard for me to explain. And when I told you guys about this product just recently, I told you it's hard for me to explain it because I'm going to put this in I'm putting this in the worst of the year because I technically do think for most people, this will be the worst. For me, I can make it work, but it takes so much effort that I think a lot of people are not going to like this. So the Charlotte Tilbury Push Up Mascara. I know I really love Charlotte. I really do. I love a lot of her products. But this one, I was so excited for. This is the most beautiful packaging ever. And I saw this and I said, I am going to be obsessed with this mascara. I love the wand. The wand was so cool looking because it's like a very thin wand. And I said, ooh, that's going to be great for the lower lash line. It's also going to be great for the top. I thought that this was going to be the it mascara for me. But if I didn't explain this properly before, the problem with this guy is when you dip it in here, it gets off so much product that when you put it on your lashes, it will clump up on you and it'll be too much product. You can get mascara all over your eyelid by just closing your eye with the amount of mascara that gets stuck on this wand. So in order to properly use this, what you have to do is sit there and do this. You have to take off so much product. Like I will sit, and I don't know if you guys can even see on the side here, if you guys can see the little clump that has gone in together there, that is actually from the wand. When you do this, you take off so much product off this wand. So if you were to have directly put that on your lid, you will get like this huge clump of mascara. And then you're like, no, I can't wear that. You try to fix it and it just like gets everywhere. It's like a very messy, very clumpy mascara. But here's the crazy thing. When you take this off and you take it off like this and you take your time and you really look at that clump. I don't know if you guys just saw that huge clump that got stuck there. You guys see this huge clump? Well, if you sit here and you really take off all of this residue product, if you just keep on doing this and just keep on doing this for just a while, and then you go and apply it to your lids, what an amazing formula it is. It's so weird because the formula does a great job. I actually have it on today. The formula does a really nice job with the eyelashes, really makes them look beautiful, gives them a full effect. The wand is actually really nice, but there's a problem with the way that the wand sucks up this product and you literally put so much on that it just like destroys everything. Now, the reason that this thing annoys me so much is that there has been many times that I've been in a hurry and I'll say, oh, I'll grab this one because I'm like, I kind of like it, you know? And then I'll sit there and I'll do this and I won't do it enough and I'll go into the lower lash line and disaster. I have had a few times that I have gotten mascara all down here and you guys know, mascara on the lower lash line is like the end of the world. It is so hard to remove. You have to let it dry. You can scrape it off, sit there scraping, and then you got to go in with some concealer. It just takes too much time. And when you're in a hurry and that happens, you literally want to throw away the mascara. So that is the problem with this mascara. So I know a lot of people are probably going to hate this. Like they probably are going to say that this is the worst mascara in the world. And I don't feel that way, but I do think it's not a good product. I feel like it needs help. It's like, I love the formula, I like the wand, but they don't like each other. All right, so let's talk about a product that I returned. This one I returned. So this was the Tarte Mahakuja Tinted Moisturizer. I didn't like this. I didn't like this at all. Now, I know that maybe if you have perfect skin and you use this, this is going to give you like that oily, glowy look, but it has no tint in it. Like it says tinted moisturizer, but there's no tint. Like it literally was a moisturizer that gave you like a glowy look. And when I'm buying a tinted moisturizer, I want tint. You know, I want it to give me a little tint. I'm not expecting foundation, but I want it to kind of like, you know, make my imperfections look a little better. This to me was a tinted moisturizer made for maybe a younger skin type or somebody who has very flawless looking skin. That's not me. I have a little discoloration here and there. I'm not like a huge fan of my skin on its own. I like for it to have a little bit of even I like to even it out just a tad bit, like with my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. That tinted moisturizer does an amazing job for me, but this one was just like a moisturizer. And how I personally feel is if I'm going to buy a moisturizer, I'm going to buy an anti-aging moisturizer from somebody like Murad or like one of those really great brands that I use at night or during the day, because why am I going to buy a tinted moisturizer from Tarte that's just going to be a moisturizer? So for me, it was a no-go. Now I do know some people like it, but to me, it didn't do enough. All right, and the last one. Now this one, when I was looking through my videos, this is where I saw this, and I literally despise this product so much, guys. I have never pulled it out again. I have looked for it. I don't even know where this thing went. It's here somewhere, but I don't know what I did with it. I don't know. But ColourPop released their Wild Nothing collection. And inside of that collection, they came out with these cream shadows. And I think it was like the first time that they had ever done this cream shadow formula. I'm gonna put a picture of it, because like I said, no idea where the thing is. No clue. This was horrible. This was so bad. I tried putting this on. It literally like flaked up on my eyes. It gave me like ugh, like it was bad. It looked flaky, it looked cakey. It didn't make sense to me. Like when I was putting this on, I was just thinking, why would somebody use this? What would be the point of this? Like it didn't work good for me as an eyeshadow base. So I wouldn't want to layer an eyeshadow on top of this because it did such a horrid job on the base. But then also I wouldn't want to use it as an eyeshadow because it looked like if I had really, really dry skin that was flaking off. I really did not like this formula. I hated the way it looked on my eyelids. Now, I have more mature skin, so maybe it could be my eyelids are not super smooth and maybe it just shows more texture, but it looked really bad. Like so bad that after that video, I never used it again. I literally forgot about the thing because it was that bad. But when I was looking through my videos, I saw it and I go, oh, that cream shadow, ooh, what happened to it? And yes, no, that was really bad. Now, I don't think that ColourPop has released any more of these cream shadows since that release. Let me know if I'm wrong, but that was not good. And the color that I got it in was a color called Laurel. And I remember thinking, oh, if anything, I can always use this kind of like a painterly paint pot. I could like use it as a eyeshadow base and that could be like a replacement for my MAC, you know, and no. Yeah, no, it was bad. So anyways, guys, those were the worst products I tried this year. Now, there wasn't that many horrid products. I feel like there has been some years that there has been products that were like so bad. This year, I don't think that any were like terrible. There were some bad ones, but I don't think they were like terrible. Like I think last year was like the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks and also like the Lawless concealer that was like, I feel like this year it wasn't like terrible, but they were not. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, don't forget, hit subscribe, join the channel, see me again, and I'll talk with you guys later. Bye.